Donald Trump is back on the campaign trail. He held a rally on January 15th, and he leaned into a major racial issue that's going on right now. Namely, that white people are being discriminated against when it comes to treatment for COVID in many states as a result of guidance issued by the national government, by the FDA. Here's Donald Trump.
Just denigrating white people to determine who lives and who dies. If you're white, you don't get the vaccine, or if you're white, you don't get therapeutics. It's unbelievable to think this. And nobody wants this. Black people don't want it. White people don't want it. Nobody wants it. It's not even believable. You saw this a week ago where it came out. Nobody can even believe it. They don't even talk about it, and they don't want to talk about it because they know it doesn't work very well for them. But the Wall Street Journal described the practice race-based preferential COVID treatment. Said that's what it is. You get it based on race. In fact, in New York State, if you're white, you have to go to the back of the line to get medical help. Think of it. If you're white, you go right to the back of the line.
This is really important for Donald Trump to point out, because this is a grievous issue that's going on in and of itself, and it's really smart politics. So what the left is trying to do now is they're denying that what he said is true, which is why Trump cites the Wall Street Journal, very credible mainstream news source. We covered it on this show 2 weeks ago. You're seeing preferential treatment for non-white groups, and you're seeing whites discriminated against in a number of states. In part, this is because the FDA has said that there is a disparate impact. There's a disproportionate negative effect of COVID on marginalized communities, and they define marginalized communities as non-white communities, and so they get to go further up in the line than the white people do. This is absolutely real. It's really happening. Credible, authoritative mainstream news sources even are reporting on it. So Trump is citing that. He's saying, you can't fact check me on this. And it's wrong. It's a wrong thing to do. And people of all races know that it's wrong. Are you spending too much money on gas? Yes, you are. I know that you are. By definition, you are if you have not yet downloaded the Get Upside app. It is a free app that will allow you to make up to 25 cents cash back for every gallon of gas every time you fill up. Very simple. You go to your app store, you download the free app, and then you use promo code Knowles. Guess what happens then? Not only will you get 25 cents cash back for every gallon you fill up, you'll get another 25 cents cash back for every gallon you fill up on your first tank. 50 cents per gallon cash back on your first tank when you use Get Upside and promo code Knowles. Some people who drive a lot are making as much as $200 to $300 a year in cash back. That's a lot of money. No catch, only cash back. It's added right to your bank account, or if you prefer, PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Head on over right now. Download the free Get Upside app and use promo code Knowles, Knowles, to get up to 50 cents per gallon cash back on your first tank with code Knowles. So he's not just saying that this is white grievance and it's the white people versus the black people or versus the Hispanic people versus it's not. All decent people of all races can agree that it is wrong to deny someone medical care on the basis of their race. This is not a black and white. It is a black and white issue in as much as it's very clear. And all decent white, black, Asian, Hispanic people know that it's the wrong thing to do. And I think this will play very well on the campaign trail. But it's also, and this is the part that a lot of people are missing, this is also a really smart move from Trump because it gets him out of his toughest political position right now, namely that he owns the vaccine issue. He developed the vaccines, he has promoted the vaccines, and a lot of his base doesn't really like the vaccines. One, because the vaccines do not do all of the things that Joe Biden and Dr. Fauci and Rochelle Walensky said that they would do. Biden, Fauci, Walensky all said the vaccines would prevent infection and transmission of the virus, and the vaccines don't do that. So then they changed their story and they said, well, no, actually, the vaccines do not prevent transmission and infection, but they do mitigate the symptoms. And so they keep moving the goalposts and keep changing their stories, and the base is highly skeptical of that. And they have some moral objections to the vaccines, and they obviously object to the vaccine mandates, which Trump has said he opposes, but he's still got to own the vaccines. So how's he going to get himself out of this predicament? He can say that the left is trying to deny you medical care. He's saying the left is trying to take this good thing away from you. And so it just softens the vaccine issue. It's a political masterstroke that very few people have picked up on, but it's the first maneuver Trump has made on this vaccine COVID policy issue in months and months and months that I think is actually going to move the ball in the right direction. So what's the response from the left? The left is calling him racist. The left is denying that it's happening. But everyone sees through that. This is a really strong issue a lot of Republicans should campaign on. I'm so glad you liked that clip. I thought it was good work. I thought it was pretty interesting. Look, I'm with you is what I'm saying. We both appreciated that clip. So you gotta subscribe. You gotta ring that bell. Get those notifications for all the new videos that come out, and head on over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, wherever you get your audio podcasts. Type in The Michael Knowles Show, subscribe, leave a 5-star review. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time.